4th century to Earth to assist us in leaving our cocoons behind. He discovered Maui to be an evolutionary nest in 1989, where imaginal cells of our future selves get nourished like the seeds of the future we hold.
What I've been learning through Unity Church and through this conscious evolution work is that we are living in an abundant universe. And in fact, the task is to let go of our resistance to having that abundance expressed through us. So if I'm pausing, if I'm checking my notes, take an opportunity to remember to breathe and relax deeply. I'm 76 years old now. I met her probably about 25 years ago when we were both living in Washington, D.C. And she is a futurist. And she is a protege of Buckminster Fuller and Teilhard de Chardin. It's a great evolutionary paleontologist, Jesuit. Most of you know what Buckminster Fuller was. Great thing. She has created this program that I have started work in maybe 3 or 4 years ago, and we are now in the 3rd wave of a 9-month web-based learning program on conscious evolution. It's called the Gateway to Conscious Evolution, and the reference to that is at the end of my article. You have a copy of there, evolve.org. There are about 800 people worldwide now in this current 3rd wave. There'll be another wave starting in the fall, and I encourage you, I urge you to at least look at the website and see what there may be in it for you. What is conscious evolution? That's the core question. She writes, we are participating in the evolution of evolution, from unconscious reaction to conscious choice. We are at the threshold of consciousness, ethical evolution, or devolution and extinction. We're at a critical turning point as humanity right now. And we have the capability now, because of our incredible technology, to either make this a paradise on Earth or to destroy humanity and the planet as we know it today. So we are called upon to be more conscious and put out the thought forms about not only the planet that we want, but who do we want to be? Who do we want to be? Who are we becoming? What is our template? What is our blueprint? And I invite you to think about the seeds of the future you inside you. And there are ways that you can nourish those seeds. So just for a moment, I ask you to briefly close your eyes and imagine the future you, the evolved you, the kind of person that you will be 5 years from now, 10 years from now. You pick the time frame. And have an idea or have a visualization or have a thought about what that future you is like, and think of it as a seed that's growing within you, just like an infant grows within its mother's womb. The seed of the future you is growing within you, and you be mother and father to yourself. And you energize that seed with a deep breath. During the course of the next hour, during the course of the next week, during the course of a lifetime, allow yourself to keep going back, because that seed itself may be changing. Everything is changing right now. The old forms are not working anymore. The old society is, in a sense, breaking down, and a new society is emerging like a crack in the cosmic egg. And that little chicken, that's you, or each of us, is coming through. My friend Pi, who I exchange many instant mails with came up with an interesting idea as we discussed this last night, not knowing for sure that he was going to be here. He said, feel the orgasmic bliss of awareness itself. That awareness, pure awareness itself, can have an orgasmic bliss feeling, and use that energy as well to fertilize and then to nourish that seed. Another way of circular motion. Love is like a little boat upon the sea. Everyone is a part of everything anyway. You can have it all if you let yourself be. La 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 la. Singing gives me enormous pleasure in sharing that. Okay, again, what is conscious evolution? Another little reframing. It signals the evolution of evolution itself from unconscious to conscious choice. We are becoming conscious of our effect on evolution and must learn to guide our new powers toward a life-affirming future. And one of the most incredible teachers on the planet these days, and for maybe the past couple of decades, has been Jean Houston. And she's been one of the main teachers that Barbara Harvard brings in to work with us and to share with us. And the written materials, the internet is loaded with all kinds of valuable stuff. This particular quote from Jean, which comes from a book that she wrote called Jump Time, Shaping Your Future in a World of Radical Change, I thought is really important. What is looming before us now is a collective jump, faster and more complex than any the world has known. We find ourselves at present in the midst of the most massive shift of perspective humankind has ever known. Clearly, we are living in a time in which our very nature is in transition. The scope of change is calling forth patterns and potentials in the human brain-mind system that, as far as we know, were never needed before. Knowings that are relegated to the unconscious are becoming conscious. Experiences that belonged to extraordinary reality are becoming ordinary. With the intersection of so many ways of being from all over the planet, the maps of the psyche and the human possibilities are undergoing awesome change. Awesome change in our personal lives, in our society, in our families, and in the world at large. The book is Jump Time, Shaping Your Future in a World of Radical Change. I would guess it's probably within maybe 10 years ago, maybe 5 years ago. It's relatively recent. There's another awesome teacher named Thich Nhat Hanh, who is Vietnamese, I believe. And this is the next important piece, which is relevant as we are here in this room as this temporary community. And then there's the entire community of the Ohana connection that you can visualize around us. And then there's the community of Maui around that outer circle. And then there's the community of the planet. It is within community, within what is called the Sangha, that our individual seed gets the most empowerment. And as I grow with my own evolutionary work and do these calls twice a month, but you don't need to be in the program to do that, but it's having an enhanced consciousness of the support system of others with whom we are aligned. It is the importance of letting your individual seed grow within a community that is important. And this is what Thich Nhat Hanh had to say about it. Alone we are vulnerable, but with brothers and sisters to work with, we can support each other. We cannot go to the ocean as a drop. we would evaporate before reaching our destination. But if we become a river, if we go as a Sangha community, we are sure to arrive at the ocean. Taking refuge in Sangha will allow the Sangha to carry us, to transport us, and we will suffer less. That last phrase startled me. So, I want no suffering. No, we will suffer less, is what he said. And the miracle of evolution is that we are never the less for dying. We died as fish became frogs, we died as frogs became dinosaurs, we died as dinosaurs became mammals, we died as mammals became monkeys, we died as monkeys became humans. When were the ever the less for dying? So we imagine the next step in conscious evolution. When we awake one more time, and we are individuals as we are, but we are individual cells in the body of humanity, and we experience our oneness, and we are in our telepathic world. All these concepts are real helpful. Critical mass, 100th monkey, quantum shift, and as we understand physics, the electrons fill up a certain level, and then there's a quantum shift, almost like in the twinkling of an eye. There's this jump time, and that's what Gene Houston is talking about. I mean, and for us to be aware of that possibility and to be ready to allow that to happen, and it could happen on the planet in a year now, any day
Next
now.
5 minutes.
The next 5 minutes. So that's thanks for letting me share this, and
Good one.
join me. Conscious evolution. Mahalo. The Conscious Evolution Adventure is an interactive theater event where the audience become the actors, enacting the stages of evolution in a 2-hour process where embryo becomes fish, then frog, then reptile, then bird, then mammal, then newly born human. The journey we each take in the womb is the evolutionary journey, ever dying and being reborn in new forms, more intricate, more magical than the ones before. For we are never the less for dying, forever following the pattern of divine spirit, a master blueprint of growth and change. Single cells become many cells, sponges and jellyfish. Creatures develop a head and a tail and discover directionality. Worms. Soft bodies develop hard shells outside. Crabs, lobsters, clams, then turn themselves inside out. Hard skeletons inside, soft bodies outside. Consciousness of fish, of frogs, of dinosaurs. Wonder of birds. Furry forest creatures grow from smaller animals to larger animals. Nuzzling, cuddling, grooming. As monkeys and apes, chimpanzees and gorillas discover socialization. Discover group mind. Another change is human birth. inside the womb once again, ready to begin the adventure. Serenity at first, total support, and then pushes, pulls, contraction, relaxation, pressure, and movement. The journey to birth begins.
As we get ready for the next stage.
An infant becomes a child. Learning to play, learning to talk, and soon enough, learning to walk. Kids at play at a tickle game, having fun, and then the teacher says, "It's time for school. Sit down, be quiet." Moving on to the school dance. Becoming young men and women. Dating and mating. Celebrating. Wooing and wedding. Households. Creating. Lovers together. Their lives in the making. Aging together. Aging in sickness, aging in health, alone or with loved ones, pure spirits are wealth. Until it's time to pass on as before. Leaving life plane behind forevermore. But waking once more, nevertheless for dying, we each are single cells in the body of humanity, and celebrate! The Conscious Evolution Adventure is coming to your neighborhood soon.